All right, so today we're going deep into Kevin O'Leary's story,
Okay.
but we're not just looking at, the Mr. Wonderful persona and all that.
Right, right.
We're going way back further to, those really early experiences that kind of shaped him.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got this motivational speech he gave,
Oh, wow.
and it's pretty raw and unfiltered.
It's
So
interesting.
it's a pretty unique look at his entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, I think it's always fascinating to go back to the beginning,
Yes.
before the fame and the fortune to see like what those early wins and losses were,
Right.
the things that actually put him on the path.
Exactly. And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting.
Yeah.
Because we get to uncover those moments that you don't usually hear about, like his early career.
Mm,
Before he was like Mr. Wonderful making these big business deals,
right.
he was actually exploring all sorts of fields,
Oh, really? Like what?
like engineering and psychology.
You wouldn't think those would be relevant to business.
Right. But it's something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs can relate to.
Yeah,
You don't always jump right into the thing you're meant to do.
that's true. It's all about exploration.
Yeah. And it shows, that willingness to explore, to learn.
Right.
That's a key trait, I think, for any entrepreneur.
I totally agree.
O'Leary even got into cinematography for a while.
What, really?
Yeah, apparently it was driven by a personal relationship.
Interesting how those things can intersect.
Right. You never know how those life experiences are going to connect.
Absolutely.
But he was doing freelance camera work, industrial shoots, sports filming, all sorts of things.
Wow, so totally different from the business world.
Yeah. You wouldn't think it would be relevant, but think about the skills he was honing.
Like what?
Budgeting teamwork, working under pressure.
Ah, I see your point.
Those are skills that translate across any industry.
Exactly, you're so right.
And it reminds me of how many successful entrepreneurs have these, unconventional paths.
Yeah, the dots don't always connect right away.
No, but those experiences, they build a foundation.
And do they shape how you approach things later on?
And then there's that fired moment that he talks about.
Oh, yeah, the one that really set him off.
Yeah, he actually credits it with igniting that entrepreneurial fire in him.
Wow.
It all started in an ice cream parlor.
What an ice cream parlor. How?
Believe it or not, it involved gum scraping.
Gum scraping. That's interesting.
Yeah, he was told to scrape gum off the floor at the end of his shift,
Uh-huh.
and he refused point blank.
Oh.
He didn't want to be seen doing that, menial task.
Especially not in an ice cream parlor.
Especially not by this girl he was interested in, apparently.
Oh, a matter of pride.
Yeah, you could say that.
So he lost his job over gum.
He lost his job, but he gained something much more valuable.
What's that?
This fierce sense of independence.
Yeah, I see.
It sparked that never work for anyone again mentality.
Wow. That's a pretty powerful reaction.
He couldn't stand the idea of someone else controlling his time and his tasks.
So that experience really fueled his drive to be his own boss.
Yeah, it was a turning point for him.
That's amazing how something so seemingly small can be so defining.
Makes you think,
Yeah.
for sure. Have you ever had an experience like that? Maybe not about gum scraping, but
Yeah.
some event that, unexpectedly set you on a new course.
Oh, absolutely. I think we've all had those moments.
Right, and sometimes those challenges or those unexpected turns,
Yeah.
they reveal our true values and our motivations.
It's like they force you to figure out what's important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So O'Leary, with his newfound determination,
Mm-hmm.
he decides to dive headfirst into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And his first venture, this is back in the early .com era.
Oh, wow. So the internet's just starting to take off.
Yeah, computer graphics were booming, and he saw an opportunity there.
Makes sense.
He partnered up with this guy, John Frame,
Okay.
who had designed software for these things called plotters.
Plotters. I don't think I've heard of those.
They were essentially early printers, but they could produce these really detailed graphics.
Huh. Interesting.
So their first product was this plotter software called KeyChart.
Keychart.
And instead of going after the industry leader, Hewlett-Packard,
Right.
O'Leary decided to target their competitors.
Ah, that's smart.
Yeah, he understood that those companies were hungry for an edge.
They wanted to compete with HP.
Right, and O'Leary was there to provide it.
So he found a niche and went after it.
Exactly. And he wasn't afraid to hustle.
What do you mean?
He was flying all over the globe, making deals, convincing these companies to bundle his software with their plotters.
That's classic O'Leary, you know.
Right?
Always finding those untapped opportunities.
And his hustle paid off big time.
It did.
They ended up selling millions of copies of Key Chart,
Wow.
bundled with all these different plotters.
That's a huge success.
It was, and it really laid the groundwork for all his future ventures.
But it wasn't an overnight success story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He talks about taking Softkey public during the dot-com boom and how it wasn't until he saw the stock price
Yeah.
that the reality of his wealth truly hit him.
I think that's a really important point,
Yeah.
because for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's not about the money at first.
Right.
It's about the passion, the dedication, the drive to build something.
Yeah, to solve a problem.
Exactly. And the money often comes later.
As a byproduct of all that hard work.
It does.
And O'Leary is also very upfront about the less glamorous side of entrepreneurship.
Oh, yeah, the struggles.
Yeah, he stresses that it took years of hard work and that failure is a very real possibility.
He doesn't sugarcoat it, does he?
No, he doesn't. He says straight up that 8 out of 10 businesses fail.
8 out of 10, wow.
And that even the most successful entrepreneurs often face multiple setbacks.
Right, even Mr. Wonderful had his share of failures.
It's refreshing to hear that honesty.
It is. It's easy to get caught up in the hype.
But O'Leary's laying it all out there.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Exactly. He makes it clear that entrepreneurship demands stamina.
Yeah.
The ability to bounce back from those setbacks.
Yeah.
And just a willingness to put in the work.
So it's not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not. He's basically saying, look, if you're not prepared to sacrifice, to face rejection, to really push yourself,
Yeah.
then this might not be the path for you.
That's a good reality check for anyone romanticizing entrepreneurship.
It is. You got to be ready for the long haul. The
Absolutely.
intense competition, the potential for failure.
You have to ask yourself, are you really prepared for all that?
If you're not, then maybe entrepreneurship isn't the right fit.
It's all about finding the right path for you.
Exactly. And being honest with yourself about what you're willing to commit to.
That's a great point to keep in mind as we continue this deep dive.
It is. We're going to delve even further into O'Leary's journey
Can't wait to hear what else he has to say.
and see what other insights we can uncover.
Absolutely. It's fascinating stuff.
So stay tuned for more.
I will. And he talks about the competition being fierce.
Yeah.
Especially now, with the global market. You're always up against someone somewhere,
Yeah.
working just as hard, if not harder.
He doesn't mince words, does he?
No, he uses this phrase. It's, this is not kumbaya stuff.
Right.
This is hardcore stuff.
Yeah, it's a stark reality check for anyone who's,
Yeah.
romanticizing the whole entrepreneur thing.
Right. Thinking it's all going to be easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even with all the challenges,
Yeah.
O'Leary still believes it's the ultimate path to personal freedom.
That's interesting, because the definition of personal freedom,
Yeah.
it's different for everyone, right?
It is.
For some people, it might be financial independence.
Mm-hmm.
For others, it's about having control over their own time.
Right, having that autonomy.
Exactly, choosing their own destiny.
But I think for O'Leary,
Yeah.
he's talking about something deeper.
Like what?
The freedom to create, to build something from nothing.
Yeah, to leave your mark on the world.
Exactly, and to pursue your vision
Yeah.
without any limitations.
It's powerful stuff.
It makes you rethink what success really means.
Not just the money,
No.
but the fulfillment.
Yeah, that sense of purpose.
It brings us back to that question we started with.
Right.
What can we learn from O'Leary's journey?
And how can we apply it to our own goals?
Because it's not just about starting a business.
It's about the mindset, the sacrifices.
The unwavering commitment,
Yeah, understanding what it really takes to achieve success.
whatever that looks like for you.
Exactly. Because his story is a reminder
Yeah.
that success is rarely a straight line.
There can be detours, roadblocks.
Moments where you question everything.
Absolutely. It's all about how you navigate those challenges.
Yeah, learning from those experiences,
Adapting.
persevering.
And that resilience
That's a valuable asset no matter what you do.
in any field.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into O'Leary's entrepreneurial journey,
Okay.
there's one final thought I wanted to bring up.
What's that?
We've talked about the hard work, the challenges,
The reality checks.
but there's also this undeniable allure to it.
You're right. There's a certain excitement,
A sense of possibility,
that feeling of building something from scratch,
creating something that didn't exist before.
like a blank canvas.
And even though O'Leary's upfront about the difficulties,
Yeah.
you can still hear that passion in his voice.
That fire.
He's been through it all, the ups and downs.
And he still believes.
It speaks to that core entrepreneurial spirit,
Yeah, that drive to create.
even knowing the risks, the
And
sacrifices,
there's still that pull.
that potential to create something truly meaningful.
It's inspiring.
So as you continue on your own journey,
Mm-hmm.
whatever path you choose,
Yeah.
I think it's crucial to hold on to that spark.
That sense of possibility
Don't let the fear of failure overshadow the excitement,
of what you could achieve.
because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's that belief in yourself, that willingness to take a chance.
That can lead to those remarkable things.
It's worth striving for.
Absolutely, no matter what path you're on.
Well said. Now, I believe you have a final thought-provoking question.
I do for our listeners. So, knowing all the realities and the sacrifices, involved with this whole thing, what does true personal freedom mean to you? Like, how does entrepreneurship actually fit into that for you?
That's a really powerful question.
Yeah.
It really gets to the heart of what we've been talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about, the steps to starting a business or whatever.
Right.
It's about figuring out what success really means to you.
On a personal level.
On a personal level, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think O'Leary's story, it shows us how important it is
Yeah.
to align your goals with your values.
Absolutely.
What are you willing to give up?
Yeah, where's that line?
Where's that line between ambition and your own well-being?
That's something every entrepreneur has to wrestle with.
They do.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great place to wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
this look into Kevin O'Leary's journey.
It's given us a lot to think about.
A lot to think about.
Yeah.
From those early days,
Mm.
exploring different careers,
Right.
to a success that he worked so hard for.
Mm.
It's a good reminder
Yeah.
that the path to entrepreneurship is rarely a straight line.
Lots of twists and turns.
It's definitely not easy.
Nope.
But as we've talked about, it's those challenges that shape us.
Right. They reveal our strengths.
They push us to understand ourselves better.
And what we're truly capable of.
Exactly. So whether you're thinking about launching your own venture,
Yeah.
or just navigating your own path,
Mhm.
hopefully this deep dive is giving you some insights,
Some inspiration.
some inspiration.
Yeah.
Because the entrepreneurial spirit,
Yeah.
it's not just about starting businesses.
It's a mindset.
It's about resilience, adaptability.
And that relentless pursuit of your goals.
And those are qualities that can help you anywhere in life.
For sure.
So thanks for joining us on this exploration
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
of Kevin O'Leary's journey.
Until next time.
Until next time, keep diving deep, keep learning,
Keep pushing those boundaries.
and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.